welcome to Mundelein Arts Commission's presentation of A Christmas Carol, a time-worn, beautiful play written by Charles Dickens. And for our show, it has been adapted and written by Joyce Lee, who has inserted 14 songs, original songs, into this play, which I think you're going to find very heartwarming. My name is John Matusik, and I have co-directed with Joyce for the last 3 years. And it has been an absolute honor and pleasure to work with her and to include our neighbors and friends and amateur performers and skilled technicians over the years that have kept us alive and well and attracting audiences like yourselves. If Joyce was here, Joyce would say, for the last 3 years, this has been a gift to the community. We don't charge anything. We love to have the community come in, and especially maybe more this year than any other year, to just let yourself be absorbed by the wonderful music, the wonderful song, and the wonderful messages that will come out of this show. I'd like to express our gratitude as a commission to the village of Mundelein. Mr. Lentz is here, Steve Lentz, our mayor, and he'll have a couple of things he wants to add when I go over to the green room and then return into my character. And we'd like to thank him and thank the village for allowing us to have the village boardroom as our rehearsal space and performance space. We've had the joy of working in this space for the last better part of 7 weeks. So we hope that you're comfy. We hope that you'll have no problem hearing us. You shouldn't. And we hope that you enjoy it. I want to also recognize our partner, our liaison with the village, Jessica Marvin, who has taken the spearheaded approach on promotion, doing Facebook, helping out with publicity, and so on. There are a number of other folks that are involved in this. As you can see, we don't have the normal podium, and we don't have that other table up there, so it's been converted into kind of a nice play space. I want to thank our friends, the Kirk Players, who have not only offered some wonderful talent to populate our cast and crew, but also provided us with free entry into their storage for props and for costumes. Now, before I pass it off to the mayor, I want you to remember what you're sitting before is a radio station where a group of people are going to come out and they're going to take you to Camden Road and hear and feel the wonder of A Christmas Carol on radio. With that, Mr. Mayor, if you'd like to come up and say a couple things, I'll go get ready.
Thank you, John. Welcome everyone. Merry Christmas, Happy Hanukkah. I just want to give a shout out to the Mundelein Arts Commission. They are the sponsors for tonight, and they've been around 7 years or so, and they have there's a photography, an annual photography contest, annual writing contest. We have 3 murals in town. We have some sculptures going up, and they're doing a great job of promoting the arts in Mundelein. Just a shout out to the 3 members who are here. Besides John, we have Sue Weston is back there, and then also Aurelius D'Souza. Very much appreciate you guys are doing a great job. So let's enjoy the show, everyone. Thank you.
Thank you all for coming. Thank you. Thank you. I know we haven't had a lot of time to rehearse, folks, so please, just look over your parts. We're going to go on the air in just a minute. All right, everybody. We're about to go on the air. We go on in 5, 4, 3, 2.
Good evening and welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the WMAC production of A Christmas Carol, an original musical play adapted from the beloved story by Charles Dickens. We'll begin shortly after this brief message from the Mundelein Arts Commission.
Hello, my name is Connie Bidwell, and I'm here as a representative of the Neighborhood Welcome Committee. Welcome to Mundelein.
Oh, thank you. How nice. I'm Ann Clark.
Oh, so I see you're still unpacking.
Yes, there's lots of stuff to organize.
Ooh, well, on behalf of the Welcome Committee, I brought you a few special gifts. This coupon, you won't need. It's for a free set and style at the beauty parlor.
Thank you. But...
And this is a free sewing kit.
Oh,
And Becky down the block made her special tuna surprise casserole.
thank you, but I really...
Oh, and here's some information about the Mundelein Arts
I
Commission.
really don't... Wait, what was that? I didn't know there was a Mundelein Arts Commission.
Oh, yes! It's called the MAC.
Well, what do they do? I love art and drawing, and we all love going to see plays.
Well, the MAC does a special musical version of A Christmas Carol every holiday season. An outdoor Shakespeare festival in the summer.
Oh, that sounds great. I love Shakespeare. Maybe I could volunteer.
Oh, they also have special art exhibitions, lure of the local, and writing contests, photography contests, and so much more. It's really a creative group of people.
Oh, that sounds fantastic. I want to go tell the kids. Thank you for stopping by.
Oh, but I also have a coupon for a brand new dust mop. It seems like you could use one.
No thanks.
Oh, but what about the tuna surprise?
As we begin our story, it is 1843, and we find ourselves in the offices of Scrooge and Marley, a well-known London business run by Ebenezer Scrooge. The setting is a more innocent time than we know now. It was the best of times, it was the worst of times. Wrong story. Sorry, never mind. It still holds true today, though. It is Christmas Eve, yet Bob Cratchit, the office clerk, is still at work, sitting on an uncomfortable chair, writing in a ledger. The room is cold and cheerless, and Bob blows on his hands, trying to keep them warm. He wears a scarf around his neck, but it is a poor scarf, for indeed, Bob is a poor man. His employer, Ebenezer Scrooge, doesn't pay him nearly what he is worth, but still, he is loyal. Maybe a little foolish, but kind, even though he is treated more poorly than a dog. Well, maybe the dog is treated at least as poorly, for Mr. Scrooge is an equal opportunity curmudgeon. Bob tries to stoke up a little more warmth from the fire. Just as he turns up the gas light against the darkness, Scrooge enters. Ebenezer Scrooge is a feisty, crabby old man, very rich and very cheap.
Cratchit! Cratchit! What are you doing? Burning my money in heat and light? Who said you could take time out from work for your personal comfort?
Forgive me, Mr. Scrooge, but my hands were so cold I couldn't write in the ledger. And it's so dark I can't see the numbers.
Bah! You young people today, all you want is comfort. Soft working conditions. I don't know why you can't be more like my old partner, Marley, God rest his soul. Now there was a man who knew the importance of hard work and frugality.
The clock strikes 6, and Bob closes the ledger and goes to get his hat.
And where do you think you're going? It's barely 6 o'clock. Are you trying to rush out early?
Oh, sir, it's Christmas Eve. I thought you wouldn't mind if I left just a little early.
Oh, you thought that, did you? Well, you are wrong.
Fred, Scrooge's nephew, enters the office. He is as cheery and kind as Scrooge is nasty and mean.
Uncle, a Merry Christmas to you. And to you, Bob. Oh, go home, man. It's Christmas Eve, and your family is waiting for you.
Thank you, Mr. Fred, but Mr. Scrooge has work for me to do.
Come on, go. Let the man go home.
Then I suppose you'll want tomorrow off as well, Cratchit?
Well, sir, it is Christmas.
Getting off early, taking the whole day off. I don't know why I should coddle you. Well, be here all the earlier the next day.
Oh, I will, sir. Thank you, sir. Merry Christmas.
Christmas. Humbug! And what have you to be so merry about, nephew? You have a miserable job, a poor flat, and a poorer wife you can hardly afford to support.
It depends on how you look at it, Uncle. The way I see it, I have a steady job, a warm place to live, and the most loving, delightful wife a man could wish for.
Humbug!
Well, I come to invite both of you and your humbug to Christmas dinner tomorrow, Uncle. Polly would love to have you, and we'll have such a jolly time. Please, come, Uncle. Christmas is for family, for sharing. It's a beautiful time, full of love and good cheer, bringing hope to a year that shines anew. When you see all life can be, how can you ever doubt that you're so very lucky to be you? Take a look out your door, see the merriment there, while you hide like a bear within your tomb. Only take one small step, dip your toe into life, and you'll feel glad to be you. Life is life, and there's time to make money, full of things that are worth more than gold. There are family and friends, joys and means to an end. To find meaning in your life, they think the world turns cold. Come on, Uncle, take a chance on life. Are you really content to live cold and alone? Make some time to atone and join the song. Make some time enough to try, find a new way to fly, and to seek a life of warmth where you belong. And you'll find life's been worth living all along.
Humbug! And humbug again. You married without my permission, Fred, and without my blessing. I told you it was a mistake to marry a poor woman, and I will not condone it by stepping 1 foot into your miserable little flat.
I'm truly sorry, Uncle. I hope you would see how happy I was. Well, should you change your mind, the offer still stands.
What's this world coming to? No one wants to work. They just want to have fun and marry for love. Christmas dinner. Bah, humbug!
As Scrooge is grumbling, 2 women enter the office.
Excuse me, sir, is this the office of Scrooge and Marley?
It is indeed, ma'am.
And might you be Mr. Scrooge or Mr. Marley, sir?
As Mr. Marley has been dead these 5 years, I must be Mr. Scrooge.
Ah, I see. I was confused by the sign that says Scrooge and Marley.
It is a perfectly good sign, and I saw no reason to go the expense of another, just because my partner had the bad sense to die.
Oh, well, sir, allow us then to get right to business then.
Ah, business, is it?
Yes, indeed, sir. I am Miss Annabelle Smythe, and this is Miss Margaret Jones. And we come to you on behalf of the Sisters of Sincerity Charity.
Yes, we are soliciting funds to help the poor.
Oh, you are you? Well, I must say, you two certainly make my day complete.
Oh, why, thank you, sir.
Not only am I losing a day of work from my clerk, not only is my nephew acting like a fool, but I'm standing here talking to two people for whom I have absolutely no use.
Oh, sir, we were hoping.
You were hoping I would dance with joy at being able to give my hard-earned money to people who are too lazy to work themselves, and thus expect other fools to support them.
Well, it is Christmas, you know, sir. Surely you have room in your heart.
For what? For those too lazy to work?
There are many people who cannot get work, even though they really want it. And there are many children who are starving
And
without
what is that to me?
Oh.
Are there no orphanages, no prisons, no workhouses?
Oh.
Well then, let them handle those who will not take care of themselves.
Mr. Scrooge, surely you don't mean it.
I do indeed, madam. You will get nothing from me, and I suggest you consider for yourselves the effect of what you do. You have been fooled into thinking that because it's Christmas, we should be more charitable than the rest of the year. You have been humbugged, madam, like the rest of the world.
Oh.
Christmas is a humbug, humbug, humbug. Everyone demanding everything from you. People keep on asking, whining, begging, and because it's Christmas, they expect that you'll come through. Clerks ask off early, relatives want your time. Do-gooders demand that I give them what is mine. This day is foolish, your charities I spurn. I ask for nothing and give nothing in return. If I had my say, ma'am, some way, ma'am, this day, ma'am, would be just another dreary day. I despise this madness, this chaos, this nonsense, and I despise you also, and so just go away. Goodbye.
Annabelle and Margaret step out into the night, saddened by Scrooge's miserliness.
How strange his feelings,
What a lonely man.
such a sad existence, it's hard to understand.
Something has happened to turn his heart to stone. Why does he punish himself, keeping so alone? Never have I heard of such words of such rancor. I cannot believe he plays that part. His Christmas will be empty and lonely and hollow, and every bit as bitter and despairing as his heart.
After they leave, Scrooge steps out into a snowy night, filled with happy voices, calling holiday wishes to all. He grumbles as he walks to his front door, where he fumbles with his keys.
Ah, home at last. Christmas, charity, bah! Maybe here I can escape the fools of the world and find a little peace.
But as he puts his key in the door, he hears a moan.
Yeah, the wind must be picking up. Strange, I don't feel it. No wind, but there's a definite chill.
Scrooge goes into the house and changes into his nightshirt and robe. Then he hears it again.
Your old house has many noises tonight.
He goes to his meager kitchen and prepares a bowl of porridge when...
Sounds almost like ghosts. Ah, stuff and nonsense.
Settling into his worn old armchair, he begins to eat.
Fred and his fancy dinner. Nothing wrong with gruel. It's filling and cheap. Ah, Christmas. Humbug.
Exhausted from a full day of grumpery, Scrooge sits back in his chair and falls asleep. Scrooge mumbles in his sleep, then suddenly sits up.
What? What was that?
But he hears nothing.
Humbug!
The sound of clanking grows louder. As Scrooge looks around, Marley's ghost appears. He is wrapped in chains and money boxes and looks as though he's been dead for quite a while. As indeed he has.
Ebenezer Scrooge!
What's that? Who's there?
In life, I was known as Jacob Marley. Don't you recognize your old partner?
Marley? No, it can't be. You've been dead these 5 years.
5 years to you, an eternity of misery to me.
Oh, what's the matter, Jacob? Is there no peace? No peace? Even where you are?
What peace I might have had was shattered by my earthly ways.
What nonsense! You were a fine businessman.
The human race should have been my business. And now, I am forced to wear the chains of greed. I've come to warn you, Ebenezer, to keep you from making the mistakes I made. If you spend your life ignoring others' needs, if your days and nights are wrapped in selfish greed, when you die you'll see your life was incomplete. When your life is rotten, death is not fun. The kind of death you have depends on how you live. Do you care for others with the will to give? Or do you prefer to be insensitive? When you're selfish, death is not fun. Imagine forever wrapped in heavy weighted chains, dragging you into a fiery pit. Time has no meaning here except as a tease. It's an eternity of endless agony. When you find you're plunging down that black abyss, when you feel your light is fading bit by bit, you will wish that you had been a humanist, but you can still avoid oblivion. If you change your selfish greed and reach to those who are in need and fill your heart with love for everyone, you'll find your life has finally begun. Tonight, you will be visited by 3 spirits.
Well, thank you, Jacob, but I'd rather not.
You will be visited by 3 spirits. Mark what they say, Ebenezer. They will come to help guide you. It's too late for me, but you may still change your life.
Change my life? What rot.
Oh!
Jacob! Where did you go? Where are you? Bah, it was just a dream. A bit of undigested dinner. Yet how strange to see Jacob again after all these years.
Lulled by self-assurance that all is as it should be, Scrooge falls back to sleep. But before long, he is once more awakened by an unearthly sound.
Hello? Who's there?
He awakens to the vision of a young girl dressed in soft, flowing robes.
Ebenezer Scrooge.
That is I. Who might you be?
I am the spirit of Christmas past.
Long past?
No, your past. Come, take my hand and we shall begin our journey.
If it's all the same to you, I'd assume not.
You must. You've forgotten your past, Ebenezer, and you must find it again if you have any hope for the future.
The past is gone. It doesn't matter.
Oh, but it does. Your past tells you how you came to be what you are today. Only by knowing and understanding that can you change.
Who says I want to change?
You sadden me, Ebenezer. Are you truly happy with who you have become? A supper of cold gruel in an even colder house? A life of anger that eats away inside of you, spewing out hatred for everyone you see? Are you happy with being alone, cold and empty, both outside and in?
It's who I am.
You can't change who you are. You can't be happy. Do you remember happiness?
Happiness? It was so long ago.
Then let's find it. Take my hand.
Scrooge hesitates, then touches her hand and finds himself floating out of his house, away, away, away. And as they float, the spirit sings.
Face the past, find a part of you that's pure. Don't you see that what you are only comes from what you were? Take the time to look behind today. Let's relieve the
the spirit's song ends, Scrooge finds they are in a schoolroom where a young boy sits at a school desk. A sharp-faced woman hovers over him, but neither can see Scrooge or the spirit.
Here we are, Ebenezer. Do you recognize this place?
Why, it's my classroom at the old Kensington School for Boys. What a dreary place it was. I hated it. My father sent me there. I always felt alone and afraid.
What else do you recognize?
That boy, it's me.
And who's that woman with you?
That was my teacher, Miss Grudgman. She was not very warm or loving.
Well, Ebenezer, all the other children have gone home for Christmas. Why are you still here?
My father has not sent for me.
So, it appears you will be the only pupil still here over the holiday. Well, it will give you the chance to study a bit more. Oh, what are you crying about? Look, lad, now you have all this extra time to study hard and get ahead of the others. That's what really matters in this world. Getting ahead and staying ahead. Are you feeling lonely? I really don't know why. Nothing's better than to be at school. Who needs Christmas? I'd rather be alone. The holidays were made for fools. Sentiments for weaklings. Better you get strong. Learn to hide emotions every day. Who needs family? They'll only let you down. So toughen up your feelings all the way. The world is not a happy place. Watch your back and hide your face. Better no one knows what's in your heart. People want to crush you, to steal what you may have. It's safer just to keep yourself apart. I was once a dreamer. My heart was full of hope. I learned soon enough that love's a lie. Who needs Christmas? It only lets you down. Who needs it? Who wants it? Not I. Now, Ebenezer, I suggest that you use this time to study and think about working hard to make money and leave the others behind. That's all anybody truly wants. The rest is just sentimental hogwash.
Convinced she had taught a powerful lesson, Miss Grudgman leaves the boy alone.
Do I feel neglected? Why should I feel that way? Just because my family's left me here. Who needs Christmas? I'd rather be alone, as lonely as I am all through the year. Why am I downhearted? It's not as if I care. You can't miss the love you never knew.
my sister Fan. My lord, look at her. I'd forgotten how young and beautiful she was.
Fan? Oh, Fan, are you really here? I've missed you and Mother so much.
Well, you needn't miss us anymore. Ebenezer, Father has sent me to fetch you.
For Christmas?
For good. No, Ebenezer, he's changed. He's missed you so much, and I think he realizes how much he loves you. He's much kinder now, and it's so much more jolly at home. Come back with me, and we'll be a family again. She seems fond of the boy.
She was so wonderful. Sweet, loving, kind.
Foolish traits, aren't they?
Oh, don't go, Fan. Stay, please.
Married beneath her, I hear.
Yes, she married a pauper, against my advice.
For love, wasn't it? Foolish girl. You never spoke to her again, did you? She died very young, didn't she?
Too young.
In childbirth. There was a child.
A boy.
Your nephew, Fred. He's a lot like her, isn't he?
I loved her so. Fan, oh Fan, I'm so sorry. All the things I never said. I never thought I'd lose her.
We never do. Come, we must move on.
With a whirl of light, Scrooge finds himself looking in an office that is being prepared for a party.
Do you recognize this place, Ebenezer?
Why, it's old Fezziwig's shop. I apprenticed here. Well, there's old Fezziwig himself, as merry and hearty as when he was alive. And Mrs. Fezziwig, God rest her soul, and what a jolly soul it was.
And who is this young man coming in?
Why, that's me. How young I was. I worked for Fezziwig when I was just starting out.
Mr. Fezziwig, I wanted to talk to you about an entry into the books. I was wondering
No. Come, Ebenezer. No more work tonight. It's Christmas Eve.
Come, Ebenezer, help us into the shop for a celebration. I've been cooking and baking all day, and the fiddlers will be here soon.
And so will the ladies. Ready to dance the night away. Oh, here's everyone now. Ah, such lovely young girls.
Oh, now, Mr. Fezziwig.
Oh, I just mean for the boys, Pet. You know I only dance with you. If you only work from sun to sun and never get any living done, you'll find your life devoid of fun. So join the party, everyone. Join the party, everyone.
If you trudge along from day to day, fixating on your daily pay, and miss your life as it slips away, join the party, come and play.
Join the party, come and play. Keep some balance in your life and leave some time to dance. The time will come when it's too late and you'll have missed your chance. There's a time for grind and a time for mirth. There's room for both on this old earth. The blend is what will make your worth. So join the party, sing a verse. Join the party, sing a verse.
When you take the time to laugh, it lightens up your heart. Then when you must get to work, it's easier to start.
Let the laughter ring and voices soar, and leave your cares on the old dance floor. The song repeats forevermore. Come on and take our hands. Let your heart be light, let your soul shine bright. Put joy into your plan and join the party, join the party, join the party while you can.
Not very good business closing up early.
Ah, but that was old Fezziwig, always ready for a dance and a pint.
He never became wealthy, did he?
Oh, he didn't care. He had his wife and children, and he was always happy.
The who?
No, oh,
Suddenly, a beautiful young woman enters the room. Young Ebenezer is thunderstruck.
Why did you stop dancing there?
Belle.
She's very lovely.
Oh, she's magnificent. Look, she went right for me.
Oh, look at them dance. Well, she obviously loved you very much.
And I loved her. She was my life. We were to marry.
What happened? Ebenezer, why don't we see?
The party fades away, and Scrooge and the spirit find themselves in a park, where young Ebenezer and Belle sit alone on a bench.
Belle, be reasonable. We can still be married.
No, Ebenezer, I don't think I fit into your plans anymore. My father has lost his fortune, and you don't want to marry a poor girl.
But I love you.
But there's something you love more. I've been replaced in your heart by the love of gold.
Belle. No!
I've watched you these past months, and I have seen your wealth become more and more important, filling your heart and crowding me out. I'm sorry, Ebenezer. I love you. But I don't love what you are becoming. A cold, hard, calculating businessman.
Belle, it's not that way. I'm the same as I ever was.
Are you? Tell me now, Ebenezer. Tell me you wouldn't rather marry a rich girl who could bring you to more of what you really want. Tell me I'm wrong and I will stay and marry you.
Speak, you fool! Tell her she's wrong!
But is she?
You cannot say it, can you? And so I thought. I loved a lad who was bright and bold, and together we dreamed great dreams. So he worked very hard to amass great wealth, but the end then became the means. I am at last a penniless girl who can offer him nothing but me. But it isn't enough when he wants all the world into him. Love's worth not when free. Ah, love, where did it fly? So bright in ember, how did it die? My boy, where did you go? How did your heart turn weak and grow cold?
I learned quite early on, love will fade away when people let you down. Silver will still sustain, money's all that matters. Love will only fade when you're old and feeble. What counts is what you make.
Oh, he promised you'd see it was all for me, that he worked so to make me alive. But as his fortune ascended, his love for me ended, and I'll never be his wife.
I learned quite early on, all love will fade away when people let you down. Silver will still sustain, money's all that matters. Love will only fade when you're old and feeble. What counts is what you've made.
Oh, Belle! Belle! How could I be such a fool?
Will you be sad when I walk from your life? Will you even be where I am gone? Will your wealth be enough to replace a wife? Or will you live all alone with a lonely heart that's turned to stone? I will leave you to your money, Ebenezer. I hope it will always keep you warm.
All right then, leave. Go and be damned. Truth to tell, I'm well rid of you.
Not changed, are you? Goodbye, Ebenezer.
Stop her, you imbecile! Bill! No! I was wrong!
A foolish girl. You would have honored the agreement and married her, and she would have been rich.
Bill! It was I who was the fool!
Come, the night moves on, and you have other visitors waiting.
Well, Scrooge seems pretty upset about losing Belle. Stay tuned to WMAC. There's plenty more to come in this exciting production of Charles Dickens' A Christmas Carol. But first, here's a word from Abernathy's department store.
Afternoon, Mildred.
Oh, Esther, you startled me.
Sorry, darling. Just out to hang my sheets. Oh, you too, I see.
Yes, always Wednesday. But anywho, it's a special day too. I've got a little grocery money left this week, and I'm taking a trip to Abernathy's.
Huh? Well, why are you whispering?
If they hear I'm going, they'll want to go too.
Just spell it.
Of course. A, B, N.
No, Mommy.
Oh, Tommy, honey, where did you come from?
It's A-B-E-R-N-A-T-H-Y apostrophe S.
Abernathy's. Now that's the place.
And I want to go.
Tommy, sweetie,
I want to go. Mommy, I
I hear the baby. Must be off. Bye, Millie.
Of course. Yes. You can all come with Mommy.
Abernathy's, casual in business, work pants, work boots, dungarees and overalls, Boy Scouts, Girl Scouts, come and get your sashay calls, long johns, PJs, underwear to hold your tush. Family fun and family run, Abernathy's, Abernathy's hon, it's a hole-in-one.
Welcome back to Act 2 of Charles Dickens' A Christmas Carol. When we last saw Scrooge, he was back in his house, in his chair alone, calling out for his past love.
Bill! Bill!
At the sound of the clock's chimes, Scrooge wakes to see a jolly giant spirit in a bright fur robe, wearing a coronet of flowers and carrying a jeweled goblet.
Ho, Ebenezer Scrooge! How can you sleep when it's Christmas? Wake up, man! Life is happening all around you.
I take it you are the second of the spirits I was told about.
I am the spirit of Christmas present. But touch my robe and fly with me to see all the joy that is happening this Christmas day.
Well, all right, but don't go too fast.
If you could pick one moment, dear, what would you set upon? Whatever you might pick today, tomorrow will be gone. I only know that days go by more quickly than a blinking eye. So treasure them as on they fly, so swiftly one by one. The present is the only thing we own. Though we go searching through the years and seeking the unknown, today is ours to cherish, for tomorrow we may perish. So the present is the greatest gift the world has ever known. Of all you think that you possess, what do you really own? A pile of things that's here today and all too soon is gone. An hour is here and then it flies. Hellos are partnered with goodbyes. Cherish all that life implies before the time has flown. Today is all we really have, a moment that's on loan. We plan and scheme our lives away, but time is an unknown. You may be wanting large amounts, but memories are all that count. The present is the greatest gift the world has ever known.
The song has brought the unseen spirit and Scrooge into the home of Fred and his wife Polly, where they are entertaining another young couple, James and Henny.
Do you know these people?
My nephew, Fred, and I suppose that is his wife, Polly, and some of their friends.
His wife is quite lovely, and they look very happy. You disapproved of his marriage?
Oh,
Why?
he could have made a much better, richer match. Still, she is a pretty little thing.
And very lively, too.
Come all, let's have a little toast before we sit down to dinner. Polly's a wonder with a cut of meat. So I know dinner will be a feast to remember.
Yes, I know all the tricks to making a simple roast taste like a king's banquet.
I just wish Uncle Ebenezer would have joined us.
Ebenezer Scrooge? Why in the world would you want that old miser to put a damper on the festivities?
James, please, he is my uncle. And beneath that crusty exterior
lies a crusty interior. Oh, my aunt had the misfortune of asking him to help support her charities. He turned her down flat.
Well, I will admit he is tight with a pound.
Tight? I heard that he squeezes a farthing so hard, it screams.
Please, let's stop saying mean things about Uncle Ebenezer. He has family, and even though he warned Fred not to marry me and cut him off without a farthing, were he to walk in here this minute, I would take his hat, curtsy, and bid him welcome. And we will not dampen our lovely Christmas dinner by talking further about it.
She is a spirited one, and kind, too.
Too bad you turned down Fred for dinner. That's a lovely fire he has going. And even from here, that simple roast smells delicious. Well, come, it's time to go.
Oh, can't we stay just a minute longer? That roast does smell good. And it's so warm and cheery here.
There are other dinners for us to drop in on.
And just like that, they are standing inside a different house. This one is poor and cramped, yet there is the same joy emanating throughout, with a woman and her children preparing for dinner.
Ah, here's a promising place.
Where are we now, Spirit? I don't know this house.
And therein lies the pity of it, sir. It is the home of Bob Cratchit, your faithful clerk for many years. And yet you've never met his family or set foot in his home.
They are very merry, aren't they? Is that his wife? What is she cooking? It smells wonderful.
Better than that cold gruel you had for dinner.
Children, behave. Your father and Tim will be home from church soon, and then we can eat.
Oh, Mother, what a feast you have made. Please let us look once more at the bird.
Oh, yes, Mother, please.
Very well. Here, take a look.
Oh,
What a magnificent bird.
It is the finest bird ever. I can almost taste it now.
How they fuss about that tiny bird. Why, it's hardly big enough to feed them all. Why didn't they get a bigger one?
What you pay, Mr. Cratchit? They're lucky they were able to afford any bird at all.
Oh, welcome home, my loves.
Why, it's Bob Cratchit. And that child on his back. It must be one of his children. Lord, he has many children, hasn't he? What's that the child's holding? A crutch? A spirit?
We're home at last, hungry as thieves, Mrs. Cratchit. You should have seen Tim at church. He sang so beautifully and smiled at all the people. He said he hopes Everyone sees him in his crutch and remembers the one who made beggars walk.
Father, Father, don't be sad. It's Christmas.
Ah, Tim, you always bring me such joy. God bless you. God bless us all. As we travel that road toward forever, we can lend a helping hand before we're done. If we can make somebody's life a little brighter, then God bless us, everyone.
If as we go we bring some light into the shadows, and if we reach to catch a neighbor when he falls, if we can show the world a face filled with compassion, then God bless us, one and all. Life's a hard enough journey when we travel it alone.
The light grows ever dimmer as we go.
But when someone lends a hand, the connection is so strong that the light from each to each begins to grow.
Just watch the glow.
As we travel, we forget our separate sorrows.
We always have tomorrow
Emerging days,
and we will be one.
then together we can see a better future. We'll build a world that's brighter than the sun.
We'll have war
If we can
join our lives each day with one another.
then God bless us,
God bless us, everyone.
Spirit, what is wrong with that boy? Will he be all right?
I see an empty corner wherein leans a crutch that is used no more. If nothing is done, the child will die.
Oh, but he must not die. Can nothing be done to help?
And who will help him, Ebenezer? His father barely makes enough to keep food in their mouths, let alone pay for doctors and medicine. Oh, but this is no concern of yours, is it?
Suddenly, two ragged children appear and stand staring at Scrooge.
Spirit, those children, where did they come from? Whose children are they?
They are mankind's children. They belong to us all. The boy's name is Ignorance, and the girl's name is Want.
They're so ragged. Their eyes are so sad. They burn into me. Who will help them?
Are there no prisons, no poorhouses, no orphanages? But those are your own words.
The spirit lets out a roaring laugh as he backs away and disappears.
Spirit, where are you? Oh, don't leave me alone. That's children.
When Scrooge awoke, he was ready for the third spirit, or so he thought. He looked around, expecting the same light and music he'd heard before. This time, however, he was in for a shock. This spirit was all in black, with a ghostly chill about him. Frightened, Scrooge forced himself to speak.
Are you the third spirit of whom I was told?
I am.
I take it you are the spirit of Christmas yet to be?
I am.
Oh, Spirit, I fear you most of all. Are you here to show me my future?
I am.
Well then, let us be off and be done with it.
Once again, Scrooge found himself at the Cratchit house. This time, however, there was no jollity. The family was silent, each going about his or her chores with no laughter, no singing, no joy when Bob returned home.
You are very late this evening, Mr. Cratchit. Did did you stop by to visit him again?
Yes, my dear. It's a lovely, peaceful place. It's getting so green and flowers are beginning to come up. I find peace thinking that he's among all the grass and trees.
Spirit, of whom does he speak? Has the child died? Could nothing be done? Tell me, Spirit.
Calm. The spirit waves his hand, and they are suddenly in a low tavern where Harry is counting and selling goods. Olive, a dirty, raggedly dressed scrounger, enters with some things to sell.
Here, Olive. What did you manage to get off the old toff?
I got some candlesticks up, Pilford, and some silverware.
That's all. The man was rich as Croesus.
Aye, there won't much to take. Old coat was a skinflint and never bought nice things. I guess none of it matters now anyway. A dead don't polish silver, I always says.
Scrooge, realizing he is in a den of thieves, is appalled.
Spirit, these people have robbed the dead. How horrible. Tell me, who is the poor soul who is so alone there's no one to guard his wretched corpse?
Come, and you'll see. With a sweep of his hand, the spirit transports them to a gloomy graveyard, where he indicates a lone stone that has fallen over. Here lies the poor soul who died friendless, leaving all his worldly goods to be stolen and viewed as so much dust.
Oh, Spirit, before I look at that stone, I must know, are these things that we've seen tonight visions of a future that will be, or that might be? Might I be able to change the future by changing my ways? Oh, Spirit, answer, please!
Turn the stone over. Scrooge, terrified by what he fears is there, creeps to the headstone and pulls it up. There, he reads his own name, Ebenezer Scrooge.
Oh, no, Spirit! Tell me this is not my true end!
Suddenly, they are joined by other spirits who dance around the terrified Ebenezer. Look at your past, Ebenezer, at the life that has brought you this far. Did you ever know joy as a child, as a boy, Ebenezer? Look at today, Ebenezer, at the life you are living right now. Do you like what you see, sorrow and misery, Ebenezer?
You to grasp them.
Once there was happiness, now buried in your heart. Once you knew kindness and love. How did you harden so and let the joy depart? How could you dismiss it? How could you not miss it? What lies ahead, Ebenezer? Will you keep going on as you are?
Now in the dark.
Is your life full of rage? Can you change how you live, or is your future as bleak as your past? Ebenezer, Ebenezer, can you change your ways and live at last? They all laugh, and with a rush of wind, they disappear. With a shriek, Scrooge falls back into his own chair and falls asleep, the words of the spirits still ringing in his ear. Well, Scrooge is certainly having a rough night. We'll be right back with the rest of our story after this word from Ori's Ranch.
I just don't feel like cooking tonight, Alice. But Walter always expects a chicken dinner every Wednesday night. I'm just so tired.
Don't you know about Ori's Ranch, Jane? Oh, I just ring up Ori's, and they're right up the street. Dinner is ready in 2 hours with all the fixings. They even deliver for an extra 50 cents. Jimmy loves it, and so do the kids. And you know how picky they are.
Ori's Ranch? Why, that's right on 83 and 176. We know all about them, Alice, but I did not know that they deliver too. It is one of Walter's favorite places. He just loves their chicken in the rough. Someday we'll splurge and get delivery. But you had a great idea, Alice. I think we are going to go there tonight. Thanks, Alice. You saved our dinner. Tonight will be an Ori's Ranch night.
We now return to the conclusion of Charles Dickens' A Christmas Carol on WMAC, an original musical play.
I'm alive! I'm alive! It's morning! Glorious, glorious morning! Hey, you there, boy.
What? Me, sir?
Yes, you! Say, my fine lad, what day is it?
The day? Why, it's Christmas, sir.
Oh, bless those spirits. I haven't missed it. Boy, you know Henderson's butcher shop around the corner?
I should hope I do.
Oh, what a clever boy you are. And do you know the turkey they had in the window?
Why, the one as big as me.
A charming lad. Yes, yes. Do you know if they've sold it yet?
Oh, I can in there now.
Wonderful. What an observant chap. Well, run and buy it.
And how do you say I do that? I got no money.
Ah, bright boy. A remarkable boy. Of course, I will pay for it. Here, catch. Here's a 5-pound coin. You run and tell the butcher that Mr. Scrooge would like that bird delivered to Mr. Bob Cratchit. Do it quickly, and there's a half-crown in it for you.
Half-crown? I'll be back before I'm gone.
Such a delight to do business with. I must hire that boy.
Feeling something he hasn't felt in years, Scrooge quickly dresses and opens his door to the world outside. Children are laughing. People are bustling all around. It's Christmas.
What a wonderful scene. It's a beautiful day, in the sky not a cloud. Hear the bells pealing out loud and clear. Any day I can say I'm alive and awake is a day that I'm glad to be here.
People call out your name as you're strolling along. Never knew what a song life could be.
When you come face to face with the magic of life, then I have to be happy and to be. I've walked on the rim of forever.
Yes, you have.
And have come face to face
When
with
you
my
can change your fate.
On the edge of the end, I have learned I must bend, and to help my fellow men I cannot hesitate.
To make your life worth living, it is never too late.
I will make it my aim.
So
spread joy where I go.
Go.
Get on with the show. I know I'm home. I'm so glad to be here every day of the year. I will carry love and
He has a brand new heart.
I will live
Christmas always in your heart.
In his excitement, Scrooge bumps into some revelers.
Excuse me, sir.
Miss Annabelle, Miss Margaret, a very Merry Christmas to you.
Mr. Scrooge.
I'm afraid I was rather rude to you last night, and I apologize. It was just last night. Please, accept this from me to help your charity.
It's a blank check, sir.
Yes, just fill in whatever amount you need and inform my clerk.
Oh, Mr. Scrooge, how generous. Why,
thank you, sir. I don't know what to say.
Say? Why, simply say, Merry Christmas, my girl. And to you too, young lady.
Oh, a merry, merry Christmas to you, sir.
Yes, yes. A merry, merry Christmas to me, and to you, and to everyone.
Mr. Scrooge, I'm back with the butcher.
Ah, what a fine turkey. Thank you, lad. And here's your half-crown. Oh, what the devil. Here's a whole crown.
Thank you, Mr. Scrooge.
Ah, the butcher. And here's money for you too, my good man, to bring it with us to Bob Cratchit's house. Follow me. I have walked on the rim of forever and come face to face with my fate. On the edge of the end, I have learned I must bend, and to help my fellow man, I cannot hesitate. Ah, here, this is Bob's house. Oh, I think I'll play a little joke on him. Bob Cratchit! Bob Cratchit! Come out at once!
Bless my soul, it isn't Mr. Scrooge.
Bob Cratchit! It's 9:30. Why aren't you at work?
Mr. Scrooge, sir, you said I could have the day off. It's Christmas, sir.
Christmas? Christmas? Humbug, sir! It's a day just like any other. But since you seem to take such stock in the day, I guess I have no other choice but to...
Please, sir!
Raise your salary.
Oh, Mr. Scrooge, What?
What?
Why, you can't raise a family on what I was paying you. Ah, here's the butcher. Please, put the turkey over there. My dear, you'd best get started if you want this bird ready for Christmas dinner.
Mr. Scrooge, what are you doing?
What I should have done from the start, Bob. When you come back to work after Christmas, things will be different. There will be a scuttle full of coal and bright lights and a much more pleasant employer.
I don't know what to say.
Say nothing. I've been a fool. But if you let me, I will try to make it up to you. And you won't have to worry anymore about how to care for this fine family of yours.
God bless you, Mr. Scrooge.
Ah, Tim, isn't it? A fine boy. I will care for your family, Bob. And we will get the finest doctors for Tim to make sure he lives a long, happy life. I only hope you can find it in your heart to forgive a selfish old man for all I've done to you.
Of course, sir. A Merry Christmas to you, Mr. Scrooge.
A Merry Christmas to you, Bob. A merrier one than I've given you in many a year.
Please, sir, won't you stay for dinner? You've brought the turkey. You can at least enjoy it with us.
Oh, thank you, kind madam. I hope there will be many days of my rejoicing along with your fine family. But right now, I have one more heart to ask for forgiveness.
It's more than a time to make money, full of things that are worth more than gold.
There are family and friends, and I must make amends. I'll find happiness with them before I am too old.
Here's your chance.
Don't be afraid, just let your life unfold.
Ah, here we are.
Uncle Ebenezer, what a surprise!
Fred, my boy, forgive an old fool. I was wondering if your kind invitation to dinner still stood.
Well, Polly?
Of course it does. Fred, where are your manners? A glass of wine for Uncle Ebenezer. We are delighted you decided to join us. I am Fred's wife, Polly.
Polly, how kind of you to let me in after I've been so terrible to you.
Of course we welcome you. Your family. Come, meet our friends, Henny and James. This is our dear Uncle Ebenezer.
Mr. Scrooge, well, we are surprised to meet you, sir.
Yes, we've heard so much about you.
I'm quite sure you have, but rest assured, you'll be hearing of a different Scrooge from now on. Fred, I'm quite anxious to spend time with you and Polly. I want to tell you stories about your mother. And I want to get to know her boy.
I would like that too, Uncle.
Well, if I might offer a toast to Christmas, to life, and to us. God bless us, everyone.
God bless us, everyone.
And Scrooge was as good as his word, helping the Cratchits and seeing Tiny Tim grow strong and healthy. He became a welcome member of Fred and Polly's family and gave generously to help the poor. And it was said that for the rest of his life, Scrooge lived Christmas in his heart. And we wish the same to all of you, our listeners. From all of us here at WMAC, we wish you a very Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. God bless us, everyone.
If as we travel we forget our separate sorrows, but come together merging many souls as one, then together we can see a brighter future. We'll build a world that's brighter than the sun, if we can join our lives each day with one another, then God bless us, everyone.